Just got up. I just got up. I just got up. So yeah, I just woke up. So yeah. Fucking. So like. That's why more people in Kalamazoo choose family-owned, eco-friendly
Myers has really slowed down in tax offer. They have to, and they've made a commitment to me. They're going to see to it that there's ability to evacuate significant portions of Rafah before they go and take out the remainder of Hamas.
He says Israel's ready to pause fighting during Ramadan if some hostages are released. Houston police have released body cam footage of the shooting at Joel Osteen's megachurch.
I need a medic. I have one male conscious and breathing. You got shot in the head.
The woman with a gun shot and killed her 7-year-old son was wounded in the head and remains in critical condition. It's still not clear who fired the bullet that hit him. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
I'm Dennis Rumsey with a news update. Cass County voters will decide today whether to support a millage request sought to aid the Cass County Transit Authority. Authority Director Sherry Bundle said federal funding has decreased from 40% to 18%, while bus prices have more than doubled. The millage would provide funds for all Public Transportation Authority purposes, including public transportation services for seniors, people who are disabled, and the general public, and operational costs such as owning, managing, and maintaining facilities, property, and vehicles to provide such services. Of the 59 rural transit agencies in the state, CCTA is one of only 3 that receive no local millage support from the areas they serve. If approved, the millage proposal would levy a new additional millage in an amount not to exceed 29 hundredths of a mil for 5 years. The millage would generate an estimated $716,000 for CCTA services in its first year. More than 2/3 of the agency's passengers are seniors.
Yeah, maybe a hoodie. Maybe a hoodie.
Whatever works. Here downtown Kalamazoo, rather downtown Baton Rouge. It's 57 right outside of our studio. It's 57. Let's give you another live look at Coldwater, Four Corners Park here. Little windy as we examine our American flags, and look, it's going to be windy all Tuesday long. 6 to 10 a.m., 72 at 3 o'clock. That is a brand new record high, and no storms in the day. The entire day is going to be dry, so I want to be clear about that. But here are your storms late this evening, 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and these are the ones that could produce damage in wind gusts or large hail. Right now on the radar, live Doppler radar, not much doing, so let's get you right over to your crazy warm temperatures. Battle Creek 58, Marshall 58, and right now you're at 56. What is the risk for large hail tonight and where? We'll do that.
Oh shit.
It is Election Day. Across Michigan, voters will head to polls like this one. This is a live look at the Girl Scouts Center in Kalamazoo, where voters will go for today's presidential primary. They'll be deciding many local issues.
Now, polls open at 7 this morning, so you still have about an hour before they're open. Some ballots will have questions on how we pay for our roads, our schools, even our emergency services. Our team right now is keeping an eye on almost a dozen proposals.
I want to make sure you know about what you are helping decide. Here are some of those local issues. In Ottawa County, should taxes be increased in Wright Township to help pay for fire protection services? Leaders say the funds will be used to purchase and maintain equipment.
And in St. Joseph County, people in Park Township will decide on road improvements. Should they raise taxes to help pay for them? County officials say those taxes would raise more than $190,000 in the first year.
Also in St. Joseph County, leaders have a tax proposal to help pay for school operations. The tax increase would only be for non-principal residences. It's estimated to change the Morning Post to an additional $60,000.
Sturgis.
We're also following a decision with South Haven Public Schools to decide on whether the current tax rate for the school district should stay where it is for the next 6 years. Now, the results of our presidential primary election will probably be watched pretty closely. Michigan is considered a battleground state, and former President Trump wants to keep the lead for the GOP nomination. His opponent, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, says that she won't back down. The former president has already won every GOP primary so far, and political experts say he'll probably win in Michigan, too. President Biden is also on the ballot. He He faces opposition from
I'm not voting for him.
like how he's handled the Israel-Hamas war.
I'm not even voting.
Uncommitted in protest.
Cuomo demonstrated and demanded for this war to stop. He does have this power.
And what's critical is that I think I saw the other day there's about 200,000 or 300,000 Middle Easterners who live in Michigan. Well, Biden won the state by about 150,000 last time. So the real worry they have, I don't think those folks are going to vote for Trump, but the real worry is will they stay home come November.
The president and
I'm not even
the former
voting.
president will both go to Texas this week to focus on the southern border. Nikki Haley has a scheduled rally in Colorado today, and her team says she plans to visit several states before Super Tuesday, which is next Tuesday.
And polls open at 7 o'clock this morning, so less than an hour from right now. At 8 tonight, our team will be closely following all the election numbers as they come in tonight. We'll pass along results as soon as we hear them. You get those updates on air and online at WWMT.com.
We have a special report this morning about cell phone use in our local classrooms.
News Channel Jessica Harhorn asks how schools are working to root out distractions in the classroom.
Schools across the country are cracking down on student cell phone use in the classroom.
Okay, no watching that. So, severe weather's still coming up tonight. So yeah, we'll stay on it. Yeah. Whoever else will start squealing, we're good.
Nikki Haley versus Donald Trump.
No one cares.
You decide on February 27th.
I'm not gonna let.
You must train yourself to listen.
I'm not gonna do ads that can happen. I'm gonna have ads on my channel because I don't want that channel.
If you really listen.
All aboard, folks. Today, we're firing up those engines and plunging head first into the world of Thomas the Tank Engine to solve the oldest of them all.
You call that racing? I was winning races before you were even a sketch on a drawing board, young Gordon. Oh, good one, Stephen. Would you like a cup of tea with that, young Gordon?
But before you get too excited, we're keeping it strictly on the rails. No rolling stock or random vehicles here. Just the iron horses that have been chuffing through the annals of time. We'll also keep the list based on the real-life basis of characters to help keep it fair and consistent.
I got food. I got nothing yet. I ate nothing yet.
Grab your shovel and your trusty pocket watch, because we're about to journey back to the 19th century and start the countdown to unveil the oldest engine in the Thomas the Tank Engine franchise. Meet the first pensioner on our list, Glenn, the legendary coffee pot engine. This 19th century jet was built in 1871 and held the honor of being the very first #1 engine on the Northwestern Railway. Glenn had quite the gig, chopping away on the Farquhar branch line alongside his fellow coffee pots. But by the time our favorite cheeky engine Thomas came along, Glenn was the last coffee pot standing. Unfortunately, he was stuck collecting rust on a lonely siding at Farquhar Station. He was based on the Type 1 coffee pot vertical boiler locomotive, a real living and puffing engine you can still catch a glimpse of today at the Beamish Museum in Northeast England. Hold on, because our next contender is none other than the timeless beauty Emily. Don't let her age fool you. This vintage
She's older than
built in
Gordon?
1870
She's older than
elegance
what's
and class.
Edward?
Now, what's fascinating is that Emily is like the surprise guest at a railway-themed soiree. While she might be one of the older engines in the Thomas the Tank Engine universe, she made her grand entrance into the series much later than the rest of the main cast, and her age was never a front and center feature of her character. Emily takes her design cues from the awe-inspiring Stirling single class, the elegant of locomotives back in the day. These sleek machines were purpose-built for high speed, adrenaline-pumping expresses between London and York, making them the Ferrari of their time.
Fucking meow. If you're eager to lay your eyes on one of these magnificent Sterling singles, the National Railway Museum in York has got you covered. They've got the sole survivor of the class on display. We're cranking the temporal dial even further back to meet an engine who's as cheerful as a morning bird. Whiff, built in the steamy year of 1869. Whiff's not just any engine. He's the embodiment of boundless optimism and a true maven of mirth. What makes Whiff extra special is his passion for a job that would leave most engines wrinkling their funnels, collecting rubbish. He's a beacon of enthusiasm, caring not a puff of steam about what the other engines might think of his work, or perhaps he's blissfully oblivious to their opinions. But no matter what, Whiff's the kind of chap who greets each day with a smile and a job well done at the waist up. He's based on the Northeastern Railway's Aerolight, and you can catch a glimpse of Whiff's real-world inspiration at the National Railway Museum in York.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm watching this. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay up here until time. You said you were gonna do today. I will. Well, yeah, well, I'll do it now. Go do it right now. Go do it. I'll do it in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna put a post out in a minute. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna fall asleep around who knows when. And yeah, I know. I'll try to stay up.
They say we don't talk very much. You older guys know what I mean. Remember 20 years ago when you asked your wife to marry you and she's been waiting for a half-decent follow-up question?
Moving on the horizon is another truck, a 40-ton big rig that can't move aside a time. A semi shoots inside the driver's car, bursting a tire. And the hapless suspect is unable to continue. The officer seizes the moment and moves in for the arrest. The officer was surprised to discover the driver wasn't drunk. He was in diabetic shock. Without his insulin, he had no idea what he was doing. When the officer discovered the driver's condition, he traded the cuffs for an ambulance, and the man received the medical attention he needed. Bridge City, Texas. A seasoned officer wrangles a truck to the side of the road. It's a fairly common occurrence. So far,
When you share a hotel room with your kid, you also share a bedtime with your kid. But if you get an Airbnb, you get to pick your own bedtime.
Our sex. I don't know what you're talking.
Welcome on board this American Airlines Airbus. Imagine booking your flight, getting to the gate expecting to see a plane, but instead you see this, a bus. Well, this could happen on your next trip with American Airlines. Keep watching to see how. Jet setters, today we're flying to Atlantic City. Our first flight to Philadelphia is no big deal. It's just on a regular plane. But the second flight, the one to Atlantic City, well, it's on a bus.
Say what?
I hope you'll join us for American Airlines' newest service.
Okay, so we're gonna watch this. Hello, discount.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
There you go.
Fly up to Philadelphia. From there, we'll pick up the bus to Atlantic City and arrive at 11:40 this morning. We booked this ticket just like any other on American Airlines. At the bottom of our itinerary, it lists the aircraft type. The first leg, well, that's on a CRJ 700. The second, but look at that, it's a bus. I'm gonna check my bag.
And I'm gonna carry on my bag so we get a full experience of how this works.
So today is just gonna be a great day. We'll be on for a long time. That's about it.
Well, we're going to answer this and so much more. More than anything, we're going to answer the fundamental question. What is a fun bus? Join us to find out.
Trip today in economy, there's only one class of service in the bus, but we happen to get a complimentary upgrade on this first leg to Philadelphia due to our American Airlines status.
Like a lot of short flights, this one was operated by a regional airplane. Nothing special there.
That sounds gross. That sounds gross. Who would taste high 70? Who would taste high 70?
We hope you'll consider clicking the subscribe button, ringing the notification bell. Ready for your beverage.
So yeah, some videos get deleted, but
In addition to Atlantic City, American Airlines currently offers bus service from Philadelphia to nearby Lancaster and Allentown. Buses allow the airline to serve more destinations at a time when they face a shortage of pilots. What cities around other hub airports do you think airlines could add? Let us know in the comments.
so yeah, Hershey.
Philadelphia will overtime from 9:08 a.m.
Ready for the next departure? Yeah. That on-time arrival meant we had plenty of time to make our connection. Even if the gate agents had failed to open the door, we arrived at the F concourse, which is also where the buses depart.
Totally normal flight, just like we've done a million times before. Everything.
So today's gonna be a great day. That's all I'm gonna say. Today's gonna be a great day. Let's say today's gonna be a great day. Just checking something real quick here.
100%, there will absolutely be a bathroom. The question is though, is it called a lavatory, a toilet, a water closet?
Okay, well, how's it gonna delay? That's not bad. I just I want to check my tablet out, make sure my tablet says it's doing great. So today we're gonna just maybe do some reading today. Who knows? If we do reading, it'll be archived, so we'll be doing double dipping. Maybe. Ooh, Prevo.
Is operated by a company called Landline for American Airlines. Kind of like the regional airlines that operate under the American Eagle brand, Landline provides both the buses and the drivers for the service. And all three of these routes leave within just a few minutes of each other, so they were all lined up and ready to go.
I watch people walk by, and when they walk by the gate and see the buses, their jaws drop out. What is that? I just went to the gate to just check on the flight and see what's going on. And there was another passenger who was talking about seeing in the app that the aircraft type was a bus, and she thought that was strange. Then she got to the gate and realized it's an actual bus. The gate agent thought it was funny too, and it seems like this is a new service for American Airlines that is raising some questions for some passengers. We'll see how it is.
And we would find out quickly. Boarding began, then we headed outside. Thanks again to our status with American Airlines, we boarded with Group 2, and because we were the first to hop on, we had some extra time to explore the cabin.
So there goes the trash truck, I think.
The seats are arranged in a 1-2 configuration, and we were given seat assignments in the app, but were unable to change them. That was okay with us, though. We liked our seats in the second row. The motor coach has room for 35 passengers. While there are overhead bins, carry-on bags and gate check on a regional flight have to be stored below. Legroom is far better than you get in economy on a regional jet. The tray table's operation took me by surprise. That said, it does have one huge benefit.
Don't even have to wait for 10,000 feet.
There's power in each seat, along with reading lights and air vents up top. Under-seat storage for my backpack and Suzanne's purse. That was no problem at all either.
About 55 miles conversation so far. Traffic was
58 minutes or so about an hour. If we hit that, we'll that big, real big.
So I'm going to do some stuff today. So who knows? Maybe I'll do some breeding today. Who knows?
We all pitch in with small changes. We can help preserve Michigan's natural resources. At consumersenergy.com/home savings.
One amount for
I'm thinking maybe do this real quick.
Terrain. GM employee program participants with a current eligible GMC lease can get this low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain SRE for $249 per month. See your West Michigan GMC dealer today.
Check baggage gets delivered just like a flight. It's loaded up. Doors closed. And without any pomp or circumstance, we departed. As we pulled away from the F8, the driver made an announcement about our journey. He explained the expected driving time, about an hour, and that we should arrive early, at 11:20 this morning. We made our way along the ramp, and a pickup truck escorted us as we passed much of American Airlines' fleet of regional aircraft here in Philadelphia. Eventually, though, we arrived at the airport's perimeter road, where we traveled around one of the runways and reached this gate, where we joined the public road.
Is that the equivalent of takeoff?
Yeah, apparently.
That's neat. I wish I had sex like. I wish I could do that for a living. I wish I had this job. I wish I had a job still at Marathon. Where do you do it now? I would have been up and at work. So I'm calling you. I would have been up already and already at work.
Let's tackle those questions. First, is the bus even popular? Well, yeah, it was nearly full. Of course, almost everyone seemed somewhat amused by the experience, and several of the passengers were surprised to find out they would be boarding a bus. But nearly every seat was taken up. Next, perhaps the most burning question of all, is there a bathroom on the bus? It's pretty basic, no doubt about that, but it's also roomier than the one on the CRJ. This table, there's a possibility of flight attendant. Drive attendant may join the crew sometime soon. That would certainly be a nice addition to the experience. We checked the status of our trip in the app. I'm not sure in-flight is quite right. I'm really fine. Hey, we're on time so far. Thankfully, traffic was flowing nicely today. I do think the road traffic jams is a real deterrent to this kind of travel. By the way, there are screens, but no in-traffic entertainment. Instead, you could connect using your mobile device to streaming entertainment, which had plenty of options. Wi-Fi was also available, and although it wasn't super fast, it was free.
Another question. Has mileage to your on this bus ride?
I was so glad. 155 loyalty points for American Airlines Advantage members. Unfortunately, no.
So what? Today's Monday, so it's Monday. Monday here, Monday there, Monday. It's Monday. So Monday. Monday here, Monday there, Monday. One Saturday morning. One Saturday morning. I want a better job. I want a better job. Maybe go back to college and do. Who knows? Okay, so what's next? I don't know. Well, I'm doing it now. Just have like cheating time. I'm not gonna do it. Just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. It's too damn early to do it. But maybe later. Yeah, maybe later. Horsehead. Horsehead. Married with children. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, guys.
No bonus points for the toll, though. Atlantic came on fast, which means it's time for the unscientific gem score, but there's a lot more to this service than just the stars. Keep watching to see why. We'll look at the lounge, the seat, the food, the in-flight entertainment, and the service on this unconventional offering. First, there is no lounge. Even if we booked this trip into first class, we could not have entered an American Airlines Admirals Club. 0 stars here. The seat is great, more comfortable than any economy seat on a regional airplane. However, not being able to pre-select a seat in the app is a real downer. I guess you'd have to call the airline or talk to a gate agent to do that. The seat earns 4 stars. Because there was no food, that means 0 stars here. The in-flight entertainment was way more than I'd expected, plus it was free. 5 stars here. Although there was no cabin service, we really liked our driver. He was great, and his announcement was thorough and useful. 3 stars here. So that leaves American Airlines bus service with the lowest ever gem score, 12 stars out of a possible 25. There's a lot more to this service than the score. First, welcome to the curb gate here at the Atlantic City Airport, where we collected our bags. Both my check bag and Suzanne's carry-on suitcase are here, and the bus also leaves from here too, which means departing passengers under security in Philadelphia.
I think that was a really great service. Like, it's actually more comfortable than an airplane, I would say. I don't know if I would want to be on it for multiple hours at a time, but for an hour, absolutely.
I agree, and I think the other thing that's really cool new gateways for American Airlines. Imagine, a radius around major hubs of cities or places that we might want to visit that you can't get to easily by plane.
Like Atlantic City. Its mini golf course even serves us perfectly for our next adventure.
If I make this time, we're flying Spirit Airlines tomorrow. Yeah!
Can we do it first class? We'll find out between now and the next time. See ya. Who knows anymore?
Barker? News back on. Paramount Plus. Going back to the news. Don't feel well. Staying on though. That's what I can tell you guys. Staying on. I have breakfast. No clue. I'm gonna have breakfast yet. I might even have no breakfast tonight. Who knows? I got work tomorrow, so who knows? Oh, that's on today at 8. Watch it. So yeah, I might do some video work today. Who knows? Wish I had big juicy. I would when I see Christians, but no. I actually am curious, where they did, but that's a. I mean, I would like to see where, but yeah, I'd be curious too how they got her out, but yeah. I want to find the bitch. Yeah. I don't know.
with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including this powerful new Tundra with the best resale value in its class.
Toyota also believes in the power of personal choice for reducing carbon emissions, including this built-in the USA electrified Tundra hybrid.
Now choose low 4.99 APR financing for Tundra. Or lease now just $439 a month, plus 2 years no cost maintenance.
The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places. Refresh your space with style and big savings up to 20% off during the big refresh sale at Value City Furniture. Up to 20% off store wide or enjoy 50 months no interest financing. It's our big refresh sale only at Value City Furniture.
It's having so much fun, guys, being on. That's all that matters, right?
Michigan's presidential primary is today. Polls are expected to be on your ballot.
Kalamazoo Township Board of Trustees holding their first meeting since we learned the former township manager was criminally charged. The steps they're now taking to find a replacement.
And we have new details about a fire that burned a West Michigan company to the ground. We're hearing from an employee about that night. Today's Tuesday, February 27th.
Covering West Michigan.
Was it here?
And alert you. This is News Channel 3.
Or was it somewhere else? Because I heard sirens last night.
Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We really appreciate it. I'm Kirk Mason.
And I'm Julie Williams. And folks will head to the polls today for Michigan's presidential primary.
We'll have more election information coming up, but first, meteorologist Jeff Porter giving us on this weather report, what we can expect when they head to the polls, but also the arrival time for potentially some severe weather.
And it's going to be after the bulk of the day today. It's more of a nighttime thing. Guys, thank you very much. We're going to walk you through it right now. 6:31 on the clock. It is crazy warm already. Some people already telling me on social media they have their windows open. How about that light look here off the Peregrine Tower? That is downtown Kalamazoo. And we've got another one for you right now. There's a school bus, M43 in Bangor this morning. Here we go. 60 at 10, 65 at 12.
You doing really late this morning?
That is a brand
Yeah.
record high.
Probably gonna do that.
Sunrise 7:21. The Ohio Eagles here going to be after 8 o'clock into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Hour by hour showing storms close to Kalamazoo at midnight tonight. What are we most worried about? Large hail. That would be the number one concern. Damaging wind gusts would be number two. And here are your temperatures. If you just wake up and join us. By the way, it's great to see you. 54 Three Rivers, 57 right now in Coldwater, and 58 in Marshall, where severe storms are most likely tonight. We'll do that anyway.
Thank you, Jeff. People across West Michigan will be turning out to their local polling locations like this one at the Girl Scout Center in Kalamazoo. This is a live look at that polling spot. It'll be opening a little less than a half hour from right now. It's not only a big day because of the Michigan presidential primary. Michiganders are also making important decisions within their communities.
Yeah, some ballots will have questions on them like how we pay for our roads, our schools, emergency services. Our team is keeping an eye on almost a dozen proposals.
And we want to let you know what you are helping decide today. In Allegan County, voters in Fenville decided whether to renew an expired tax to help fund fire safety. If approved, it could bring close to $26,000 in its first year.
20K. So we're gonna be stars a little bit? Yeah, we're gonna be stars a little bit, so yeah. What y'all doing on that? So yeah.
So don't ever argue, like, don't you dare touch that button.
Oh, we gotta argue, Kelly. Today at 3 on News Channel 3. She was a marathon runner, she was a teacher, and now
I have an eating disorder. I can't eat.
in fear of food.
Everything makes me sick.
Next, Dr. Phil. Today at 4 on News Channel 3.
So maybe we'll go back to bed. I might go back to bed a little bit. I'm so tired. Good point.
Prosecutors will not seek the death penalty against accused serial killer Carlos Dominguez. He's a former University of California Davis student, and he's charged in connection to 3 stabbings near UC Davis over the span of 5 days last April. 2 people died and a 3rd person was hurt. The 3-day preliminary hearing started yesterday. Prosecutors have to lay out evidence for the judge to decide if there's enough for Dominguez to stand trial. Right now, he's in jail without bail.
One step away from being a psychopath. That's how a judge described the Norton Shores man who pled guilty to the death of his brother.
It's not here early today.
21-year-old Paul Ferguson pleaded guilty in December to first-degree child abuse and the death of his 15-year-old brother. A judge sentencing Ferguson Monday to a minimum of 30 years behind bars. Judge saying he doesn't believe Ferguson is sorry for the abusive punishments he and his mother carried out on Timothy, which included starvation and ice baths. Timothy Ferguson was speech and motor impaired and had autism. He weighed less than 70 pounds when he died in July of 2022 from malnourishment and hypothermia. The mother, 44-year-old Shanda Vander Ark, was sentenced last month to life in prison without the chance for parole. During her trial, her attorney said she's not evil, but is sick.
A Kent County man is recovering this morning. He was stabbed early Saturday. Montcalm County deputies say they were called to a home in Reynolds Township, and they say the Jennison man had been stabbed by his girlfriend and then went to get help from his neighbors before he was sent to the hospital. Now, deputies say they couldn't find his girlfriend, and they say they tried to get in touch with her over the weekend and then went to her home with a probation officer yesterday. They say she found she had died by suicide at her home. The Montcalm County Sheriff's Office is still investigating.
The boys' state basketball playoffs are underway across West Michigan, with teams taking their first steps toward a potential district championship. One of those teams, the Manawan Wildcats, making some sweet music on the court this season, thanks in great part to their talented big man. There he is. His team calls him the X Factor. Senior John Noel serving as the team's top man to corral rebounds and hold down the paint. But he's not just a star on the court. After a football injury in 6th grade, Noel had free time to learn the guitar, sparking another interest for the Manawan seniors.
Oh, there's some sports.
Manawan's single-season record for rebounds and blocks, but that's not all. He's also the first Wildcat to rock out for the national anthem.
I get nervous, but I saw how many people out there, and I was like, that's quite a few. But, it's...
Noel,
So watch we on a little bit. Then I'm gonna 10 o'clock get off.
piano, bass,
Nah,
and drum.
I'm just get home today.
Had to watch him learn one instrument. It's a lot of work to learn one instrument. Oh, man, extremely jealous of his hair. Does have great hair. Oh, I love his hair. Yeah.
He does.
Watch this long.
Let's do the weather, then turn this off. And
Renaissance man.
oh yeah, I'm gonna come up in a little bit. I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna do some B-stars later on today, but yeah. I went to the Spreaders and B-stars.
Unusually warm Tuesday morning. In fact, it's even warm in Cincinnati right now, where they have a 5% risk for a tornado later today. High above the Queen City here and the Ohio River right now in Cincinnati, it's 55 degrees. If you haven't already, scan this QR code and download our Weather Alert Network app. Why? Well, today is a weather alert day for what's coming tonight. And by tonight, we mean after 8 o'clock, large hail, damaging wind gusts, that is all possible. The window of concern here.
Ooh, that could get a tornado.
There's that risk for damage and wind gusts for just about everyone. Yellow means 15%.
8.
60 miles per hour could bring down trees, power lines. We don't want that to happen. But I think an even greater risk for large hail is on the table. 1 to 2 inches in diameter. 1 is not atypical for West Michigan, but 2-inch diameter hail is. And we have a 10% risk for that in the Hatched area. How about the risk for a tornado? Our own risk for a tornado here, upwards of 5% on the Michigan-Indiana line.
That's us.
Sort of like lower down on the hierarchy here or list of concerns. That would be like number 3. So as we look at our way out, here's our crazy warm air in the 70s, and it is crazy because we should be in the upper 30s, more lower 70s at 5 o'clock. Now we're talking about storms. Our way out has them draped along the Michigan-Indiana line at 11, and then stretched across I-94 at 12. And these are the storms that very well could trigger a severe thunderstorm warning or 2. We're probably likely to go under a severe thunderstorm watch. If all of that stuff ends up happening, you're going to know about it right here. You're going to know about it at WWNT.com and certainly throughout social media. Final chance here between 1 and about 2 o'clock. Now we shift to tomorrow morning. Cold air rushes in and is ushered in on some really strong winds, maybe 40, 45, 50 miles per hour. And that will allow for temperatures around 40 in the morning to crash into the mid-20s.
Oh yeah, I do.
That kind of
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after this video. I'm gonna do it right now.
in a short amount of time.
I'll do it in 5 minutes. I'll do it in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll do it. You actually gotta do some.
As
Yeah.
far as snow goes, even though the ground will be warm, we could tack on maybe a quick dusting to upwards of about an inch.
I get work tomorrow, so yeah.
Concern in the day ahead. Today's record, Kalamazoo, 67 degrees, 1976. We had a brand new record yesterday of 66. These are going to go tumbling. There are your wind gusts for tomorrow, coming from the northwest here, changing.